to you, okay, how we can write the command. So for writing the command, the very important thing, so first thing you need the router ID, sorry, process ID. This is called the process ID. So suppose if they are not giving the process ID, you can use any process ID you can give. Okay, you can use your own process ID, any process number you can give. Then for every router, there is a router ID. Okay, so router ID 1.1.1.1. Then 3 networks directly connected here. 3 networks directly connected here. They are taking R1. So 3 networks directly connected here. For every network, I'm going to write the network ID, then wildcard mask. Okay, so I explained to you yesterday how to write the wildcard mask. Okay, I explained this to you. So this is for OSPF. Okay, V2. V2 means IPv4 networks. Okay, IPv4 networks. If you see IPv6, only for two concepts you have to learn IPv6. For static routing, this is what we have done yesterday, and for the OSPF. Only for these two things, okay, you have to learn how to write it in the IPv6 also. It is nothing, just you have to use the word V6 and IPv6 address you have to write. Okay, now today I'm going for IPv, okay, that means OSPF V3. I'm going for this. Suppose, okay, in exam, they're asking you to, okay, configure OSPF V3 for this topology diagram. Okay, suppose if you are getting a question like this, means how to answer it. So it's not a big thing now. Okay, follow the steps. OSPF V3. So V3 means you have to make sure this is going to be IPv6 address. Okay, IPv6 address will be available. This is point number 1. Okay, then the next point you can see here, the next very important thing here is, this is the topology diagram given. So in this topology diagram, you see R1, R3, R2. Are you following me? Are you able to listen? Are you listening to me? Yeah, yes, is it audible? Sound. Okay, so they are giving 3 routers. Okay, here you can see one network is directly connected. Here there is another network. So 2 networks directly connected here. Then here 2 networks directly connected. Then here 3 networks directly connected. Please take a paper and write this. Please take a paper and write this. Okay, because this is, okay, we have not learned this. Only if you write the command, it is enough. Okay, configuring OSPF V3. Okay, configuring OSPF V3. So V3 means it is going to be the IPv6 address. Now, so there are 2 networks directly connected here. And here there are 2 networks directly connected. Okay, 2 networks directly connected here. In R2, 3 networks directly connected. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, area is also given to you. Okay, now you see this is area 1. This is area 2. And by default, this is going to be area 0. Multiple area. What is the concept? All the areas must be connected with area 0. Yes, it is connected. Okay, now I'm going to write the commands. Okay, I'm going to write the commands in IPv6. Okay, now you can see I'm going to the first router. Take a paper and write it. Now, I'm going for the router 1. That means R1. I'm going for router 1. Okay, so what is the first command? The first command is enable. Enable command. Then config terminal. So next command is a config terminal. So I am in the global configuration mode. Then the next one is I want to, okay, give the router ID. So here there is, okay, here there is, okay, process ID. I want to give the process ID. Okay, how to give the process ID? See, I will write IPv4 here and I will write IPv6 here. You will find the difference. This is for IPv4. This already you know. Okay, how to give the process ID means router OSPF. Okay, sorry, I think you cannot see now. Okay, now you can see router OSPF. Okay, router OSPF process ID 10. So this is how we used to give that for IPv4. For IPv6, how to give? See, IPv6. I write this in front. Then the remaining thing is same. Router OSPF 10. This is the difference. This is for IPv4. This is for IPv6. Now, okay, this is, they used to say Ospf V2 version 2. So this is Ospf V3. Ospf V3. Okay, same command, the same command, but only the word IPv6 is coming in front. Then router ID. So here I will give the router ID like this. Router, okay, hyphen ID 1.1.1.1. This is the command. Okay, 1.1.1.1. Okay, there is a command. The same command here. Router ID 1.1.1.1. The same command here. Okay, try to know the difference. That's why. Okay, it's not a big difference. Okay, easily you can manage. Now, okay, I gave the router ID. Then the next one is, okay, here, that means in IPv4, what you'll do means you will go to the OSPF. That means router OSPF. Okay, OSPF. Yeah, sorry, router ID finished. Okay, already we are in router. Okay, now you will go for the networks. Okay, you will go for the network. Okay, so 10.0.0.0. Okay, this is IPv4 I'm writing. Then you will give the wildcard mask. So this is class A. Yesterday we discussed. This is class A. I want to give the wildcard mask. So wildcard mask means opposite to the subnet mask. Okay, now opposite to the subnet mask. Okay, this is subnet mask 255.0.0.0. So opposite to that means 0.255. Okay, I'll write it here 255.255. This is opposite to the subnet mask. Okay, wildcard mask. Then you will give area 0. Then next network. This is what we discussed yesterday. I'm recap. So 20 network 20.0.0.0. So what is the wildcard mask? 0.255.255.255 area. Okay, if area is 1, this is. So this is for IPv4. Now come to IPv6. So in IPv6, you have to use the word IPv6 here. Router OSPF. Okay, the same thing. Then router ID. Then the next very important thing here is you are not going to give network here. This is easy. Okay, what you have to do means you are going to give exit. Okay, I'll go for exit. Now you have to go for every interface. Now you see, I take this. I am in R1. Okay, only one if I write, you will understand. Okay, I gave enable. I gave config terminal. Then I gave IPv6, router OSPF 10. I gave router ID. Then I give exit. Now you can see you have to go to the interface. Okay, this is the difference. You have to go to the interface. What is that? I'm going for interface serial 0/0/0. I'm going for this interface. Okay, interface serial 0/0/0. Okay, now here I want to say this is area 0. Okay, this is area 0. So now I'm going to say, okay, IPv6 OSPF, okay, 10, OSPF 10, this is area 0. That's it. Finished. Okay. Now I'm giving exit. Go to the next interface. This is gigabit Ethernet. Now interface gigabit Ethernet 0 by G0 by 0. Okay, I'm going to the interface IENTER interface gigabit 0 by 0. Okay, now this is IPv6 OSPF 10 area 1. This is the command. Exit. Finished. Okay, you see the difference. Okay, you see the difference. I don't know whether you are able to see properly. Wait. Yes. Now, okay, you see the difference. So you are going for a router. Up to this, everything is same. You are giving network 10, network 20. You are giving the what is that? Wildcard mask area 0. Finished. But here, what you have to do means you have to go to the interface. Go to the interface IPv6 OSPF 10. OSPF 1010 is the process ID. Already you have given area 0. Then go to the next interface OSPF 10 area 1. Finished. I will write one more command, one more router I will write. You can understand very easily. So this is the difference. If you understand this, IPv6 concept is over. Static routing in IPv6, OSPF in IPv6. Okay, finished. In exam, you may expect some questions for this. Now, I go to the next router, see here. Okay, in order to understand very clearly, I go to this router. Okay, I'm going to this router R2. Okay, now I will write one by one, step by step I'll write. Suppose if I get this question in exam, okay, they're asking me to configure Ospf V3. How can I configure? I go to the router 2, okay, R2. Okay, R2. Now you will understand very easily. Listen. So step number 1. So what I have to do? I have to use IPv6 router OSPF 10. So this is same in IPv4. Next step, router ID 1.1.1.1. This also same in IPv4. Then I'm going to give exit. Then there are 3 interfaces available. So first interface, I'm going for the first interface. So interface serial 0 by 0 by 0. I'm going for this. Now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to write IPv6 OSPF. Okay, what is the area? So this is available in area 0. So area, okay, sorry, OSPF 10. Process ID is 10. Area 0. Finished. Exit. Then go to the next interface. So next interface is interface serial, okay, 0 by 0 by 1. I'm going for the next interface. Then here also I want to enable, okay, IPv6 OSPF, okay, 10, okay, area, this is also area 0. All are in area 0. Okay, exit. Now let me go to the next interface. Next interface is gigabit Ethernet. Okay, gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. So go to interface gigabit Ethernet, okay, 0 by 0. Okay, interface gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, now this is IPv6 OSPF 10 area 0. Exit. Completed. Finished. You have to do for all the routers. So which is easy means, if you ask me, this is easy because there is no wildcard mask. Okay, there is no wildcard mask. In IPv4, you have to use wildcard mask. But here, you no need to use any wildcard mask. Okay, understand? Anything? Write it. If you write, you will understand very easily. Okay, you can write it in the paper. If you write, the things will become easy. Okay, then only you can compare. You can compare 4 and 6. So IPv6 only for two things, very important. For static routing, it is very important. For OSPF, it is important. Then in IPv6, okay, I will make a list. See, in IPv6, what are the important things you must know means. So the important thing, first thing is that rule 1, rule 2. Rule 1 and rule 2. I already explained this to you. Okay, note down. Then second thing is identifying the type. So they may give some IP address to you. They may, okay, you have to identify what type of IP address it is. Okay, like global routing, I gave the hints to you. So identifying IPv6 address type. You are going to do all these things in the coming exam next week with me. So identifying IPv6 address. Then third one, very important. What is that means? Okay, so rule 1, rule 2 finished. Identifying IPv6 address completed. Yeah. Then the next one is static route using IPv6. Okay, static route using IPv6. Then next one is OSPF. Okay, in IPv6. Today only I explained this. Then the next one very important is that EUI64. Okay, EUI64 process. So these are the important things as far as IPv6 are concerned. Okay, so please be careful with this. Now, anything, if you want to ask anything, you want to discuss, if you want me to repeat anything, okay, it is now the time is for you, because almost, okay, my explanation is over. Next part is switching. So in switching, Vlan, inter Vlan, here there is no IPv6. We are not going to learn IPv6, only IPv4. So almost my job is over. Suppose if you want to ask any doubt, anything you want me to repeat, okay, any clarifications if you want, you can ask me. I'm ready to give. If anybody wants to speak, okay, anybody wants to ask any doubts, okay, shall I send this by WhatsApp? Or shall I write it for one more router? Do you want me to write it for another router? Okay, router 1 I wrote, router 2, router 3. For router 3 also you can do the same thing. Okay, so I will write it. If you want to understand clearly, I will write it again. So I go to router 3 now. Okay, so let me go to router 3. Router 3. Okay, so we are going to configure Ospf V3 version 3. That means for IPv6. So here there are two directly connected networks. Okay, so let me go for the first command is enable. Next one, config terminal. Config terminal. Okay, so next one is I want to make the, okay, that means the process ID, router OSPF, okay, this is the process ID 10, this is IPv6, IPv6. Then, so the next command is router ID, router ID, here I'm going to take, let it be 3.3.3.3. Suppose if they give the router ID, you can write the same router ID. Okay, suppose if the router ID is not given, you can use any router ID. Now, I gave the router ID. Then I'm going to give exit. Then next one is go to the interface. So there are two interface available. One is gigabit 0 by 0 and this is serial 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, now I'm going for the interface. Okay, interface. So gigabit 0 by 0. Actually, this is not correct. So you have to write gigabit Ethernet. Gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, if you write this, this is 100% correct, 100% accurate. Then I'm going for the interface gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, because it is given as G. If they give F, it is fast Ethernet. Fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet. Okay, so gigabit Ethernet is very fast, 0 by 0. Okay, now the next one is I want to enable IPv6 here. So IPv6 OSPF 10. Okay, 10 you cannot change because this is already you fixed here 10 process ID. And this is in area. You see the area. What is the area? This is available in area 2. So area 2. Area 2. Okay, exit. Next, go to the interface. Next interface, you can see this is serial 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, now I'm going to write serial 0 by 0 by 1. I'm going here. Now, this is IPv6 OSPF, okay, 10. You cannot change this. Area, you check what is the area. So this is going to be area 0. Okay, this is area 0. So it is available in area 0. So area 0. There. So let me give the exit. Finished. That's it. So if you get some problems like this in exam, okay, you have to feel that you are lucky. Because in theory, you have to write theory so many lines. But if you are getting any problems like these commands, okay, you have to be very happy. So easily you can write it and you can get mark also. Understand? Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Chat. Come to the comment button in the chat box. Okay, so what I do, I'll make this, okay, see, I will make this, okay, photo for router 1, okay, for router 1 command is available, okay, you can see, this is the router 1 command, then router 2 command, then router 3 commands. So all the 3 commands, okay, I'll make photo and I will send it to you in the WhatsApp after the class. Okay, so this is about OSPF. Okay, now we are going for the next part. So what is the next part means? The next part is, okay, I want to explain, okay, Vlan. Okay, so Vlan, I think the last you have taken the exam, I didn't correct it so far. Okay, yes. Are you seeing the Vlan? Are you seeing the Vlan? Speak somebody.
Yes.
Somebody? Yes, okay. Now, so as far as Vlan is concerned, okay, no IPv6. We are not going to write in IPv6. Only in IPv4 only you are going to write. Now, so I already sent this Word document to you. You can kindly go through it. Okay. So here in Vlan, the important thing, already we studied how to create VLANs. Okay, how to create, okay, multiple VLANs. Okay, I'll directly go to a particular problem, not problem, a particular concept. Actually, that concept I didn't teach you. Okay, only that I finished. My part will be over today. Now, I'm going for, okay, 1 minute. Actually, this is very good class. I like this class, okay, because overall idea I'm giving, it will be very useful for you. Right. Right. Now, if you go for VLAN, okay, I'm just giving a summary. So in VLAN, the very important thing is you have to identify, okay, you have to find the trunk. Okay, you have to identify the trunk. Identifying the trunk is a very, very important one. Okay, how to identify the trunk feature? Now listen, I'll give you an example. Okay, then you can understand. See, this is one switch. This is the another switch. Okay, and this is the another switch. There are three switches available here. For example, I'm going. Now, here I have two pieces. Here I have two pieces. Here I have two pieces. Okay, let it be S1, S2, S3. Okay, now the first PC, this is in Vlan 10. Second PC, okay, I'll just make like this. Let me have three computers. Let me have. Okay, I take three PCs. I'm taking in all the switches. Now, this PC in Vlan 10. This is in Vlan 20. Okay, I write it 20. And this PC in Vlan 30. Okay, so this is single switch. This is only one switch. Only one switch. In exam, they will give, okay, they will give the name of this interface. Because in Vlan, very important thing is you must know the name of the interface. Then only you can move it. Okay, then only you can move it. Okay, move that particular interface. I will write the command to you. Okay, so just to revise. Then, see, these are the three. First, let me go for this switch. I will write the commands, then I'll come. See, how to write. This is Vlan 10, Vlan 20, Vlan 30. Now, I'm going for the switch. Okay, I'm going for the switch. So, how to go to the switch? Okay, you must know that. So, I am in switch 1. SWIT switch 1. Okay, I am in switch 1. Now, in switch 1, so what I'm going to do, the first command I'm going to give is, okay, enable command. Then, second one, the same, I'm in the same switch, okay. If you are writing this also, okay, but if you are not writing also, it is okay. You can simply write the commands, enable. Now, I'm not writing this, no need to confuse too much. So, enable, then config terminal. Okay, config terminal. Now, what is the next step? We have to create the VLANs. Okay, so how to create the VLAN? VLAN, okay, 10. If you give, VLAN will be created. Then I'm going to give a name for this VLAN. Name, okay, let it be, okay, VLAN 10. I'm giving the name same, VLAN 10. Then I'm giving exit. Then go to the next VLAN. I want to create another VLAN. VLAN 20. Then, so this name, I want to give the name for this. Okay, what is the name I want to give? So VLAN 20, I'm giving. Then exit. Next, I want to create another VLAN. So VLAN 30. Then I'm giving the name VLAN 30. Then I'm going to give exit. So this step number 1 is VLAN is created. Okay, I'm going only for this. So 3 VLANs we created. Now, what is the next step means? The next step is you have to assign the interface. Okay, you have to assign the interface, okay, for each VLAN. So how to assign the interface means, okay, so that is very, very important one. I'm just keeping like this. You can see, assign the interface. So how you can assign the interface? Now, let it be fast Ethernet 0 by 0. And this is 0 by 1, 0 by 2. In exam, suppose if it is mentioned, if they have given this, okay, you can use this same interface. But if they are not given, you can use anything. Now, I'm going for the first one. Okay, what is the command? Interface fast Ethernet. Okay, now you see interface fast Ethernet. 0 by 0. Okay, actually 0 by 0 will not come. 0 by 1 will come. 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3. So 0 by 1. Fast Ethernet 0 by 1. Then I want to make this as switch port, okay, access, switch port access VLAN 10. because I want to move this to VLAN 10. Okay, VLAN 10, okay, or VLAN 20, sorry. Here in this case, it is VLAN 20. So I want to move it to VLAN 20. Then the next step is, okay, you can just give exit. Now go to the next interface. So the next interface is interface fast Ethernet, okay, 0/2. I'm going 0/2. Okay, switch port, access VLAN 10, exit. Then go to the next one. The next one is interface fast Ethernet 0/3. Okay, now this is switch port, access VLAN 30, exit. Now I created the VLANs here. Successfully VLANs created. Now you can give the ping command from one machine to another machine. Okay, there is no doubt. Okay, because this is single. It is available in the single VLAN. Okay, it is available in the single VLAN. So you no need to have, okay, automatically it will communicate. But if I connect this, okay, see, if I connect this, okay, and I create, this is again, this is VLAN 20, this is VLAN 10, this is VLAN 30, this is VLAN 20, VLAN 10, okay, VLAN 30. If I make like this, again, I go to the switch 2, the same commands. I'm going for the switch 3, the same commands. Now, if I ping from 20 to 20, it will not communicate. Even though they are in the same VLAN, they cannot communicate. Why? Because we have to make this port as the, okay, trunk port. So if you make this 2, okay, you have to make this 2 as the trunk. This is, I'm going to identify. See, 20 is available here, 20 is available here, 20 is available here. So if I make this as the trunk, then only they can communicate with each other. Okay, that means 20 VLAN, 20 VLAN, 20. So if they want to communicate, this must be a trunk. Then 10 can communicate. This 10 can communicate with this, and this person can communicate with this. So this should be the trunk. This should be the trunk. Okay, so if you make this as the trunk, okay, automatically it will work. So how to make this as the trunk? So we know the command. So what is the command? You have to go to the interface. Okay, which interface? This interface. You have to go to this interface, and also this interface, and this interface. All these 4 interface you have to go, and you have to write the command. What is the command? The command is switch port trunk native. Okay, that is a command. Switch port, I think, hope you are seeing. Yeah, switch port trunk, TRUNK, trunk. Okay, native VLAN 99. So before that, here, okay, already we created 10, 20, already we created the, okay, VLANs. So if you use this command, automatically it will become the trunk. Okay, automatically it will become the trunk. So already you created 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Already you created the VLANs. So only this interface, go to this interface, fast Ethernet, whatever it is, 0/4, for example. Go to 0/4, make this as the native VLAN. Here, the same thing. Let it be 0/4, 0/5. So go to 0/4, make it trunk. 0/5, make it trunk. So let it be 0/4. Go to 0/4, make it trunk. So this is going to be your trunk. So if you make this as the trunk, automatically, so you can communicate from, okay, 20 to 20, you can communicate, 10 to 10, you can communicate, 30 to 30, you can communicate. So this is, okay, trunking. Here, 10 to 20, if I want to communicate, it is not going to work. Okay, sorry, 10 to 20, if I want to communicate, it is not going to work. It will not communicate. Why? Because different VLAN. But I want. So what you have to do, you have to go for the router. You have to go for the router. So router, you can connect anywhere, okay? In exam, maybe they will give anywhere. So if the router is connected here, okay, for example, if the router is connected, this is the router on stick. Okay, if the router is connected here, okay, if the router is connected here means, okay, now what you have to do, the router is connected here means, now this is also going to be trunk. This is also trunk. So go to this interface, whatever the name here for this, okay, you can make this as the trunk, switch port, trunk native VLAN 99. Then here what you have to do, you have to go for the sub interface. Okay, there are 3 networks available. So 3 sub interface you have to create. Okay, 3 sub interface you have to create. So sub interface, okay, that means 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, okay, whatever it is. So you can create sub interfaces. So in this router, and then for each sub interface, you have to give IP address. Okay, now for example, I will go this, okay, in this, wait, 1 minute, yes. So here I have 3. So I'm going to make, for example, this is fast Ethernet 0 by 0 means 0 by 0.10, fast Ethernet 0 by 0.20, fast Ethernet 0 by 0.30. Okay, 3 sub interface you have to create. Then for 3 sub interface, you have to use IP address. For 10, for example, 10 VLAN 10, I'm using 10 means. So here you have to give IP address in 10. For this, I'm using IP address in 20 means, so here you have to give IP address 20. Okay, this is what you have done in your lab exam. So inter VLAN communication. I sent a paper. Okay, you can check the paper. That means a Word document. Okay, it is available in the. It is available in what to say in the WhatsApp. Okay, in WhatsApp it is available. So please kindly go through it. This is about the VLAN. I'm just giving the summary. Okay, already we spend many classes we spend. Video is available for this. Okay, what you want, you have to write the commands in the pen. So far what you are doing, you are seeing the video and you are doing, I know, for the lab exam. Okay, you are seeing the video and you type the command. Not enough. Now what you have to do, you have to write the commands in the paper. Okay, in exams, the focus will be writing the commands. Okay, so if you go for VLAN, 2 concepts. One is the simple VLAN and second one is the inter VLAN communication by using router, that is called router on a stick. Okay, router on a stick. So you can find the videos. First, take the commands, write the commands in the paper. That's why next exam, I want you to write. Everybody, I want you to write the command in the paper. So that is what I'm going to do it for the next exam. I'm going to practice you like that. Okay. So this is about the VLAN. In VLAN, we are not using IPv6. Okay. In switching, we are not using the IPv6, only for IPv6 in static route and in the OSPF. Okay. I will send that OSPF to you today. Now, I'm going for one more thing. That is the last concept. I missed these concepts to you because I don't want you to put so many things I don't want to put in your mind. But this is important. I'm going for the last one. Please take a paper. All of you, please take a paper and write it. So this is the last one. So with this, I'm finishing. For lecture number 13, I will send the video. That is only small lecture. Okay, only 30 minutes available. You can see the video. Now, please go to, take a paper. All of you, please take a paper and follow this. I didn't teach this, okay, in VLAN. Okay, I missed this, but today I'm going to do this. Okay, shall we start? Yes, can anyone answer my question? Switch. Switch is in which layer? Switch is in which layer? Switch is in which layer? Anybody? Which is the device which is working in which layer? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. It is layer 2. Please note down. Please note down. It is layer 2. Okay, it is a layer 2 device. Okay, please note down. It is a layer 2 device. Just 1 minute, kindly hold on. I will be back in 2 minutes and just 2 minutes. Wait. Okay. Now, sorry, I had some work. Okay. Now, please tell me, switch. Switch is a which layer device? Switch and router. I need the answer. Somebody you can speak. Come on. Switch is which layer? Router is which layer? Okay. Note down. Router is a layer 3 device. Please note down. Router is a layer 3 device. Okay. Router is a layer 3 device. Layer 3. Layer 3 means network layer. So router will work in the network layer. Okay. Router will work in the network layer. Are you able to see what I am writing? Are you able to see whatever I am writing?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Now, switch. Switch is a layer 2 device. It is a layer 2 device. Okay. It is a layer 2 device. So this device is working in the data link layer. Data link layer. Okay. Data link layer. Switch is available in the data link layer. Now, Vlan. We are using, okay, we have write the command, okay, Vlan just now we have done. So Vlan we are implementing in layer 2, that means in the switch. Okay, anything, single Vlan or inter Vlan communication, anything. So we are now doing, we are doing it only in the switch. Okay, layer 2. Then we have studied Ospf. Okay, we have studied Ospf. Okay, or we can say it is routing, static routing. So where this Ospf and routing is working, this is working in the routers. Okay, it is working in the routers. Okay, so switch is a device which is used in the layer 2. Okay, which is used in the layer 2. But now what we are going to do means we are going to study a concept called, okay, this is only just 1 page, okay, concept. I didn't teach this to you, that's why I'm teaching. So this is available in lecture number 11. So what is the concept means? We have switches. Okay. These switches will work in layer 3. It will work in the layer 3. Now you see, I'm telling layer 2. Generally, switch will be working in layer 2. But there are some switches available which will work in the layer 3. So they are called layer 3 switches. Kindly note down. So they are called, okay, layer 2 switches. Layer 2 switches. Okay, they are called layer 3 switches. Sorry, they are called layer 3 switches. So this will work in the network layer. Okay, now I will show you a topology diagram. You can see this is the topology diagram. It is available in your slides in lecture number 11. Okay, I missed this spot because if I give that time, you will not understand. So this is the right time. See, this is a topology diagram. So in this topology diagram, okay, this is a layer 3 switch. This is a layer 3 switch. Then this is the router. Okay, this is the router and this is a server. Okay, this is your server. Okay, now you see here a layer 3 switch I'm having. There are two computers connected. Two computers, okay, connected here. Now the first machine is going to be in the Vlan 10. This machine, okay, this is going to be Vlan 10. This port is a Vlan 10. And this port is going to be in the Vlan 20. Okay, Vlan 10, Vlan 20. Okay, now we have some IP addresses, okay, available. Okay, now what is the concept means? You have to configure, or we are going to configure now, configuring the switches. That means configuring the Vlan. Okay, see, Vlan configuration in layer 3 switches. This is the concept we are going to study now. Okay, only 5 minutes. Layer 3 switches. Okay, or in layer 3 switch. Vlan configuration in layer 3 switch. Okay, so this is what we are going to study. Actually, the commands, they are not given. They are not given the commands. They are giving the steps. Okay, they are giving the steps. Okay, now let me go one by one. Okay, I'll go one by one. You can, okay, or you can see the slides. I'll share the slides to you. You can see the slide. Okay, only 2 slides you have to study. That's why I'm giving 1 minute. Let me share the slides. Wait. There is no commands, but the steps are very important. So you may, if they ask, okay, in exam, you have to write the steps. Okay, look at the screen carefully. Slide number 19 in lecture number 11. In lecture number 11, note down. So this is a layer 3 switch. So this switch will work in the layer 3. Okay, in the layer 3. That means, so this switch is going to handle, or it is going to deal with the packets. Okay, it is going to deal with the packets. Now, I'm connecting 2 computers. Are you able to see the PowerPoint presentation? Please confirm through voice. Are you seeing the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, Mr.
Yes. See, this is a layer 3 switch. Now, in this layer 3 switch, there are 2 VLANs connected. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. There are 2 machines connected. Now, I want to configure these 2 machines. I want to configure. So how to configure? They are not giving the steps. So they are not giving the commands, only the steps available. Okay, what is the step? First step. Okay, what is the first step means? Create VLANs. In the example, VLANs 10 and 20 used. Okay, now I go to the switch. That means I'm going for this layer 3 switch. So inside the layer 3 switch, first I want to create VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Okay, what is the command to create the VLAN 10, VLAN 20? We already know the command. Okay, what is the command? Let me write the command here. Okay, you can directly write the command. So see, the step number 1, I'm going to write the command. So what is the command means? I'm going to the enable. So inside the D1, okay, I am in D1 now. Okay, that means the layer 3 switch. I'm going to give the command enable. Next, I'm giving the command config terminal. Then I want to create VLAN. So VLAN 10. This is a command. Name for this VLAN. So let it be, okay, student. Then I give exit. So the same thing. Next one, I'm going for the VLAN 20. I create VLAN 20. So VLAN 20 is created. Okay, so VLAN 20 is created. Next, the next step is, okay, I want to give the name for this. So let it be staff. Then exit. So I created the VLANs. So 2 VLANs I created. So in D1. Next, what is the second step means? Create the Spi Lan interface. Okay, Spi Lan interface. Okay, the IP address is configured with the server as the default gateway or the host respective. So that means you have to create something called SPI. Okay, there is SPI. There is no commands. They are not giving the commands. But in exam, they will ask you to write the steps. They may. Suppose if it comes, okay, because I don't want to miss anything. That's why I'm telling. So step number 1, create the VLANs. Step number 1 is creating the VLANs. Then Step number 2 is create the SPI LAN interface. What is that SPI LAN interface means? In this switch, okay, what we have done, you go to the fast Ethernet 0 by 0, make it, okay, you have to assign it, okay, to the VLAN. Okay, assign it to the VLAN 10. Then go to the fast Ethernet 0 by 0, sorry, 0 by 1, and you can push it. That means switch port access VLAN 10, switch port access VLAN 20. That is the command. So here what they are doing means they use the word SPI interface. Create the SPI LAN interfaces. Then next one, the next step is after creating the interface. Interface means this is one interface, this is one interface, but they say here as SPI. Okay, there is actually, it is called virtual interface. Okay, virtual interface. So you create a virtual interface here, one virtual interface here. Then next one is you can assign this to the VLAN. Assign this to the VLAN. Okay, then the next step is, okay, enable the IP routing. So if you enable the routing, they can communicate. Okay, they can communicate. These are the steps. Suppose, okay, in exams, they may give this means you have to answer, okay, you have to answer the steps. What is step number 1? Okay, explain or write the steps of layer 3, okay, switch configuration for VLAN. Okay, these are the steps. Same. I'll go for one more diagram. See, you can see one more diagram here. Okay, see this. This is same, but they are using a router on the stick, because 10 and 20, they want to communicate. Okay, they want to communicate between 10 and 20. So here, instead of switch, we use the layer 3 switch. So here, what is this? This is called SVI1, SVI2. Okay, we are using a router here. So this is going to be the router on the switch. So if you send a packet from 10 to 20, the packet will go to the router. Then from the router, okay, the packet will come here. Okay, you can see what is the steps here. The step is, okay, see, step number 1, configure the routed port, use the node port switch. Okay, these steps are very, very important. Okay, these steps are very important. What are the steps? Configuring the port. Okay, which port? This is the port. Okay, the port you have to configure. Configure the port in the router 1, configure the ports in the layer 3 switch. Then the next one is enable the routing. Okay, you can have any routing here in this, or okay, that means in the router you can have any routing protocol. You can have a Ospf routing protocol, or you can have the RIP protocol, you can have the static routing protocol. So any routing protocol you can enable here. So if you enable the routing protocol, so from one network to another network, you can communicate. Okay, see. The next one is configure any routing protocol. Okay, single area Ospf, okay, or multiple area Ospf, or even you can enable the RIP protocol. So any routing protocol, okay, RIP protocol, okay, anything you can enable in this. So once if it is enabled, automatically they can communicate. You can use the command show IP route command. So this command will display the routing table. So this table, okay, command is displaying the routing table. Okay, you can display the routing table of your router. Then you can verify by using the ping command. So what is the ping means? You have to enable this interface. This is called the sub interface. We have done in the previous labs. So you have to enable the sub interface. Then you have to enable a routing protocol. But in the normal VLAN, we are not doing any routing protocol. So you have to enable a routing protocol. So most probably you can go for the Ospf here. So enable the routing protocol, and then automatically you can display the routing table and you can ping. There is no commands for this, but steps. Okay, this is the layer 3 concept. Okay, layer 3 concept. So this is only one part I missed. So that's why I'm giving this. So please note down slides 19. Okay, not exactly 19. Yeah, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so 21, 22, 23. So up to this 23, 21, okay, 19, 20, 21, 23. So this is talking about the layer 3 switches. Okay, layer 3 switches. Suppose, okay, if they give, you can write it, the steps. Okay, what are the steps you have to learn and write it. Okay, so from my side, it is completed. Only lecture number 13 is available. It is only 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I will make a video in this weekend and I will send it to you. You can just go for that and you can see that video. Okay. So when we can have the exam, that exam I told no, when you can have that exam. Speak. So next week in your class, that means Wednesday. So Wednesday, 2 hours. Okay, I cannot give more than that. So Wednesday, so from 12 to 2. Okay, so 12 to 2, you are having a open book exam. 12 to 2, you are having a, okay, see the chat box, all of you, open book test. So this open book test, okay, so only problem solving, writing the commands. Problem solving and writing the commands. Writing the commands. Don't think it is open book test, so I can see only during that time. It is not possible. Okay, it is not possible. If you come like that, you cannot. All of you see the chat box. All of you please see the chat box. So Wednesday, 12 to 2, 2 o'clock, open book test. Okay, problem solving and writing the commands. So only 2 hours. You have to complete within these 2 hours. Okay, uploading everything, including everything, it is 2 hours. So if you think during that exam I will go and refer means 100% you cannot. 100% you cannot. So before that itself, you have to go through everything and you have to practice. So lecture number 13, I will make this video in the weekend. I will send it to you. It is almost 30 to 40 minutes, but don't skip anything. Okay, don't skip anything. You can just go through everything. Okay, before going for the exam. So your mid-exam mark plus your lab 3 mark. Okay, mid-exam I finished, but many students, you send the photos. Okay, you send the photos without the name, without the names. Okay, not many, for some 5 or 6 students having that problem. So I'm just settling that. Suppose if anybody sent your answers in the WhatsApp, please send it again. I have the copy already. I have the copy already, but I could not find which student is this. You understand? Did you understand what I'm telling? Did you understand what I'm telling? Students, those who send the answers through WhatsApp. Okay, I have all the photos with me, but all the photos I copied to my hard disk. Okay, and I deleted from the phone. So now what is happening means some students' name are missing. Okay, some students' names are missing in that. So I could not find who is that. Suppose if you send, okay, the answers, same copy you forward it with your student ID. Okay, in the WhatsApp, kindly forward it. 6 students, I will give the name. Okay, but not now. I have the names, but not now. Okay, so kindly forward it. No, Thursday, sorry, Thursday I may go out next Thursday. Okay, I may not available. So I am comfortable with Wednesday. Suppose even if you want Tuesday, I'm ready to give. If you want to take before, I'm ready to give it. Shall I read? Okay, next week, 2 days, I need a break. Okay, I'm going for a, I'm going out. Thursday, 100% not possible. Wednesday, okay, or if you want before, I'm ready to do it. If you want